freaking out the locals. That's really why I'm here. Okay, this is it. Elves and trolls and gnomes and wizards. Let's go trespass. I mean, investigate. I don't understand Norwegian. Hello. Good morning from Olderdalen, Norway, a very small village way up in the north part of Norway. It's about 9 o'clock a.m. on a Sunday morning, and I'm just going to walk around this town, which I just arrived in last night and I don't know anything about yet. It's quiet. Despite being along this road, which is the E6, which you could say is a major European highway, and it is, but here it's not exactly major, although it is the major route through this part of Norway. This is where I stayed last night, the Håkon guest house. My room is the corner one, which is just right off the E6, and I thought, well, this is going to be a noisy night, but it wasn't. I didn't hear any cars. There were some cars and trucks, but I didn't hear them. I was dead asleep. Look at this lovely little gazebo here in the under the fog-shrouded mountains. I wonder what happens in this gazebo besides a lot of trash generation. Place for kids to climb, Christmas tree to climb on. Olderdalen has just over 300 people in it, I think. It's just a little spot on the E6. I don't know what else is really here. It's a little kind of a fishing and maybe farming community. I'm unclear of where the actual town limits of Olderdalen itself is, because there was no sign, no regular blue sign to say you're entering Olderdalen when you got here. And there's not too much to see around here, I think. I just want to explore the streets. But the first thing I want to see is down the road here a little bit. It's the Kåfjord church. You can't see it now, but anyway, the water here is actually Kåfjord. It's the name of the fjord, Kål. K with an A, with a circle over the A, Kåfjord. Anyway, down here there is a Kåfjord church. Although it is Sunday morning now, so there might be people coming and going at the church. I don't want to bother them too much. A little bit, maybe. Boy, it is so quiet here and just amazing. It's 312 people, something like that. I thought some of them would be up at this time, but I don't see anybody. I think we may have been the only ones staying at our guest house. If you see these houses, all the buildings in Olderdalen are probably fairly new. I think this is the first town we've been in where most of it was destroyed by the Germans in World War II as they retreated from northern Norway. And Hitler's commands were destroy everything. Destroy any building that might possibly be useful as a meeting place or whatever for the Allies. And so they did. They destroyed most of the buildings in northern Norway, and Olderdalen was pretty much completely destroyed. Hold on a second, look at this. Oh, there's the fjord. This is where that river is running into the fjord, into Kåfjord. Here it is, the sign for Kåfjord. Kåfjord Church, not the fjord. Let's go look at that. Look at that. Let's go look at it. I've begun speaking in tongues. That's how much I'm enjoying this trip. Good morning. I said good morning in English. I'm not sure she understood I was speaking English. She kind of said, oh, good morning. Maybe it sounds so similar. The other day when I was in 7-Eleven in Tromsø, a Norwegian guy came in. Had a little brief interaction with the Norwegian girl working at the 7-Eleven, and I couldn't understand it because it was Norwegian, but when he left, he said something that sounded like, well, have a nice day. And she said, thanks, you too. And it wasn't English, it was actually Norwegian. It was just so similar, the sounds were so similar to English, I could understand it. Okay, this is it. This red building, this is it. This church, Kåfjord Church, was built in 1949. And at the time, the authorities didn't want to build a church here because they said rebuilding houses and stuff after the war was a priority. But the townspeople here in Olderdalen said, well, we'll pay for it. We have some materials, we'll use those. We've got some extra wood, we've got the manpower, we'll take donations and we'll get this built for ourselves. Is that all right? So the authorities said, all right. And they originally had, in addition to the church, they had a priest's apartment and an office for the priest. And because of that, because it's not a pure church, they were not allowed to paint it white like normal, so they had to paint it red. Well, no one seems to be here despite it being Sunday morning, so let's go trespass. I'm sorry, not trespass, I mean investigate. Don't know why the church has its own barn. So where do the people go in? All right. Well, shut my mouth. Here's the blue sign right here. I don't know why I missed it. It's just that it's in different languages. So Olderdalen is the regular Norwegian way to say it. Dalusvagi is probably the Sami way to say it. And Talosvanka, which I don't know what that is, maybe a different type of language for a Sami language, or something from Lapland, or maybe Finnish. I wonder if we're close enough to Finland that there'd be a Finnish name. I don't know. Anyway, so take your pick. Dalusvagi, Olderdalen, or Talosvanka. I'm going to go with Olderdalen because I want to be your older darling. A little brief detour to take some photos of this river. Oh, I didn't bring my filter. I didn't bring my filter. Ah, oh well. Well, the picture didn't work out, but what will work out is dipping my face into the cold river water. Pah! Cleanest water in the world. And of course, I'm not going to dry myself off. I'm going to let it air dry here in the cold, wet environment of Olderdalen. Should only take a couple hours. Once again, I'm going to amble into town early on a Sunday morning, looking crazed, face dripping, just to freak out the locals. Freaking out the locals, that's really why I'm here. The scenery is just a bonus. I like to look for people that have my name. And there's one. Larsen, Stein Renate Larsen, Renate Larsen. I thought it said Magic Johnson. Almost. Another Larsen. You never see my name in the wild, Larsen. You sometimes see Larson, but never Larsen. But usually if there's a list of names somewhere here in Norway, if I look at them, I'll see my distant family, one presumes. I don't know how well you can see it ahead, but I believe that's another glacier. That is snow and ice, and it's on a mountain, and it looks a whole lot like a glacier. Okay, let's try this road. Going off of Olderdalsveien and going to Överveien. There's the school. I wonder how many kids go there and where do they come from? How many kids live here? Occasionally seen teepees like this. Don't quite know why. Maybe it's a native thing here too. Some kind of traditional practical use. Oh, this is why the Google car didn't come here. It's gravel. Wussies. They can't handle this road in a car, and I'm doing it on foot. Early risers in Olderdalen. Must be about 9:30 by now. Still not much sign of activity around here, but there may never be. Maybe this is always how it is. Look at this orange house with all the orange trees. And one green tree, like a Christmas tree shape. There are lots of little villages like this in this part of Norway. Maybe all over Norway, this size. But a lot of them, I think, don't necessarily have any place to stay, no hotel or anything. But this one does. So I think I was lucky to be able to see this place. This is a real slice of Norwegian life. That is a very large house. Talk about a long church, that is a long house. Okay, here we are back on the E6. Still no people or cars. I don't understand Norwegian, but reading it is not always that hard. Look at this. For example, this is a road sign for drivers. Red light, stop here. There's the red light. Rød lys, stopp her. It almost sounds like red light, stop here. Hello. Ever since we've been driving from Narvik, I've seen these for trash cans, these little sort of garbage cozies, these little sheds where they put the trash cans under. Sometimes it's like a big structure kind of like this, sometimes it's just like a little, it looks like a miniature version of an outhouse, and it's just got a little trash can in it. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't just set it out. I don't know what purpose this serves, except maybe to keep snow off of it. Sort of, in the winter. Don't know why, but max Scandinavianness. Big mountain with, like, the sun is over here. Somehow the sunlight's bouncing off something over here and hitting the mountain on this side. No wonder this land has the reputation and the history and the inspiration to make you think of just weird mystical realms of elves and trolls and gnomes and wizards and Thor and all that. It's funny because it's really like that, but it's also just very regular and human and mundane too. Hey, is that place for sale? Place looks abandoned. Okay, great look at Olderdalen. Thanks for coming with me on this walk around a very small village here in northern Norway. Today's drive is to Alta. I'm going to make a different video about that. So thanks for coming with me, and I'll see you in the next one, I hope.